Hello guys, welcome back to the final installment of Mega Crab. This week was amazing. It was mind-blowing how much fun we had, how much views we got, how much we grew. I think we grew over 100 subscribers this last week just by doing this whole event. So big shout out to Supercell for doing this event because I love it. My thoughts about it, I know a lot of people were disappointed that top players did not get anything. But I definitely think they'll do something in the future. They have to, really. And I was doing some thinking when I am a swimmer, so when I was swimming, and I was in the background. There's the Mega Crab status, but I was just thinking about the update, and it's just so smart of them to do this because all the top players, the only people that are gonna get top is people who have maxed offensive statues. That's the only people and are willing to boost them and have enough energy to boost them. If you are a top player in the high score list, like victory point wise, you won't have any because you only have defensive statues. So there will never be a victory point high score. I don't even know what to call them, high scorer in the Mega Crab high score list, and I just think that's so cool of them to do that. They offer both sides of it, because before it was either you have to get defensive statues, you have to start replacing your statues and getting defensive statues if you want to push, but now there's something like Mega Crab, and I'm just super glad we did that, because that's really cool, because I am not a defensive person. I am totally 100% offense, so that's why I think that's so cool. I probably won't get defensive statues for a long time. I will eventually, but yes, we're going to see how often these Mega Crab stages are, which I kind of wanted to talk about, because like some people think that it's going to be every 3 weeks, some people think it's going to be like once a month. I guess that would be once a month, yeah. So pretty much what I think it's going to be is, well, first of all, on the forums, I was reading on the forums, the new community manager, I can't remember his name, it was like D-Light. Yeah, it was D-Light. But yes, he was the new community manager, and he said that a guy asked, when are you going to do it? And another guy responded, or when it's going to come back. And another guy responded and said, the team is looking at it, and I don't know where he got that information, but he said the team is looking at how well the update went, and they are going to pick a date and how often it comes back, and I think it's going to be static once it does come back, and I think it's going to be a once a month, in my opinion, but they're gonna see how well it was received, how often they need to do it, and they probably will nerf the loot a lot, because the loot was insane. They'll probably add something for top players who got #1, or in the local, or maybe top 100 players, maybe something special. I think that needs to happen. That definitely needs to happen. But yes, and what else? And oh yes, and D-Light said, yes, that's right. So we don't have a set date for when he's going to return. And for those of you, actually, I'm pretty sure it ended for the entire world right now. But for those of you that it didn't end for some weird reason, if you click on it now, it just goes under the water again. It goes into shadows, and it basically just says event has ended, high score list. You can view the high score list, you can view your task force list, you can view your friend list. You can't attack, you can't see the Mega Crab anymore. So we don't have a set date for when it's going to return. I think it's going to be once a month, and I do think they'll nerf it a lot, and I think they'll add more stuff into it. Yeah, that's the stuff that needs to happen. Like, this first time was just totally experimental, and I was looking back at some developer interviews a long time ago. Like, it was when Boom Beach first came out into open beta. They did a bunch of, or when task forces were coming out, they did a bunch of interviews with the developers, Boom Beach developers, and they were basically saying that I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yes, they're completely saying that they always are listening to the community. So if you guys have an issue or something you want fixed, just tell the community, go on the forums. I know the forums are messed up, but still, go on the forums, tell them on the forums, and it will work out very, very well for you guys. Anyway, let's get back onto the gameplay here. And these Zukas and Riflemen are just owning, and I think I took it down on this try. We'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But anyway, I took down pretty much all the splash damage, and the only splash damage left is nothing around it. There's a flame on the top side, but that thing's not going to be hooked onto it. And the boom cannons, there's 2 boom cannons hooked on, which are going to take down 2 riflemen every 3 seconds. So that's nothing compared to how many riflemen I have and how many Zookas. So we are going to destroy this base. We are going to wet this base into cream jello and spread it all over itself and then eat it back up again. And the base goes down, and we are going to be moving on to stage 43. So I wasn't here when the event ended. I would have recorded that probably. Record the start, record the end. I wasn't here though, and I was at some practice. That's why I was thinking about it. But I got up to stage 44, and I could have attacked 44 a couple times, but there was no way I was gonna beat it anyway. So I just decided, what's the point? I'm not gonna boost up just for nothing because I won't be able to beat it in time. So I just didn't attack stage 44, but I did beat 43 in some pretty clutch attacks. Anyway, we are just scouting the base here. Looking at the base, it looked hard the first time I looked at it, but it definitely went easier and easier, and I got a good game plan. I was thinking about going from the left-hand side, but then I actually decided to go from the right-hand side. So we were going to jump on to this first replay, and I just used Hookah, and I owned him. I owned him. So we're going to be shocking the mortars and the rocket launchers, and I did waste another shock on that one more on the bottom. I don't know. I don't know if I needed it, but anyway, I'm taking out some of the mines because mines such a big issue with this. Heavies will always miss some mines, so you always want to maybe take down a few when there's big mine clumps like that. But yes, this attack was just to get me a little buffer on the start, so my next attacks I don't have to my next attacks I don't have to, like, what's the word I'm looking for, land on the beach and be front loaded with defenses. Anyway, I was watching some replays of some top players, and this was a fail. Look at this. They just blew up. Boom. And all my Zookas blew up. A lot of them blew up. And I didn't have any more energy, so I decided just to take down those 2 mines instead of any others. But here we go. My base is messed up there. I don't remember why. Oh yeah, I was doing some thumbnails for some videos. Anyway, we do need to take down these 2 rocket launchers, because these 2 rocket launchers are the worst launchers. And we will just be placing like 3 barrages, and we need like 1 more artillery. Nope, we need another artillery. We're just gonna drop it there. Good. And we will be deploying our troops. So I recorded this one live, but it was just messed up. I had to record that clip after I did this live. But anyway, yes, we are moving into the base. I did my flare like that because I want them all to stay in a clump, and it works pretty well. Look how lined up they are. It's so cool. So I drop a couple smokes, and because I want to get them all lined up before the smoke wears off, and I would say that went pretty good. This attack was actually really good. So I'm only using 2 rounds of riflemen, and I was watching some top players earlier, and this is how they were doing it. They were using Ruka. It totally depends on the base. Like, if there's a lot of rocket launchers, you won't be using the strategy, definitely. I mean, like, obviously. But if there aren't, like, any rocket launchers, then you'll definitely be using this. And what I've noticed is top players will always be flanking the base. They're never actually taking down the base. Because there's so much HP on the HQ, you just can't like take down the base in one Smoky Zooka attack, which I like a lot. I'm so glad they didn't make it like that, where like Gearheart, where you could one-shot it and Smoky Zookas, I mean not one-shot it, but one-attack it. Anyway, we are, these rocket launchers on the top are going to be a tiny bit of an issue, so we are going to be dropping a shock on that. And tomorrow, guys, I don't know when this is going up. This will go up tomorrow. Yeah, this will come up the day after because it's the end of it. And tomorrow for you guys, I will be releasing all stages 1 to 44. And that will be coming up tomorrow, and I am super psyched about that. It's going to be a ton of fun. I did not have time to drop that last artillery, which kind of stinks. But yes, it will be so much fun. So after this attack, I was like, okay, what do I do? Because I could take this out in 2 tries. That's what I was thinking. There's just way too much health on that. There's about 2.5 million health on that HQ. No, even more than that. You know, maybe like 2.7 million health on that HQ. all those buildings around it. I just can't do anything. The rocket launchers are there, boom cannons are there, and it's so what I decided to do is I decided to come on to Scorchers and all Zookas. I mean, 2 boats of Zookas, the rest Scorchers, and I decided to do a last boost for the last update. I mean, the last Mega Crab. We are hitting attack here. We're wasting attack, which doesn't really matter. Forgot to see how many attacks I left. But anyway, we're dropping our flare like this, we're dropping our scorchers, so we're all staying in one column. They don't get spread out like they've been doing. I feel like this whole Mega Crab thing, it's got me to really teach you guys some strategy, what goes on in my mind, because there's so many different stages of all varieties, and that's something I had an issue with, and I need to see this fixed. Every like 2 stages, the base repeated, or every 3 to 4 stages, it literally shuffled between 4 bases, 4 like the layouts, and the only thing that changed was the level of defenses. They need to get a lot more creative. I'm not sure if they realize like how far people would actually get up to like stage 65, but they definitely need to change stages up from like 25 and up. They're like all the same, so they definitely need to change those. And I bet they probably just wrote some code saying, yeah, just shuffle buildings around. I doubt they did each layout by hand, but now they actually will be able to see how far people get, and chances are people won't get much higher. Like, I doubt someone will be able to beat stage 100. Like, that's just something that's not gonna happen in 1 week. That would be about like 200 attacks, tons of GBE, I mean tons of wow, that would be amazing if someone got that. But we would definitely be covering that and try to get something set up with the guy. I don't even know how to get something set up. Anyway, we are hooked onto this HQ. This attack went so much better than what I expected. These Zookas, these Scorchers just cleared the rocket launchers behind. They just owned, guys. And then my Zookas in the back just taking down the HQ, just doing work. There goes my iPhone again. But yes, my Zookas in the back are just providing that foreground damage, just wiping out that HQ, and I was very happy. This was probably my favorite attack of the entire Mega Crab, which made it kind of sentimental because this was my last attack of the Mega Crab. Oh man, I love this Mega Crab so much, and I wish it would come out like every other week, but it won't, guys. It won't. And if it does come out every other week, I probably won't go hard as I did to this week. It was just crazy this week, and man, it was just insane how much I wasted 50 power powder, even though I made a lot of that back. I mean, no, I wasted 50 power powder with everything made back to me. So, I got about maybe, let's just say I got 50. That's one. No, it wouldn't be 50. Let's just say I got 30 because that's about 1 for each stage. Not quite, and I know I got that, but that was still like a lot of loot. I mean, that's still a lot of power powder. Like, that would be like wasting 80 power powder. 80 to 100 power powder I wasted on this event, which was insane. But anyway, I hope you all liked this video. Last installment of this, I'll be posting a whole 1 through 44 guide or 1 through 43 guide tomorrow for you guys. So definitely stay subscribed if you aren't, or if you are, and if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.